Welcome to Channel Japan. I'm Mai Demizu.
And I'm Makiko Tsuda.
Every week we bring you the freshest information out of Japan from our studio here in Tokyo.
From the economy, culture and even foods, if you want to find out what's happening in Japan right now, this is where you'll find it.
Channel Japan Ranking.
First up is Channel Japan Ranking, in which we rank some of the hottest products and services in the country. Well, today's topic is fish farming, which is practiced often in Japan. Well, Japan is a country surrounded by the ocean, so we have been eating a lot of fish for a long time. Supermarkets sell many wild fish along with farmed fish, right?
They do. Now, raising fish in marine conditions began in Japan in 1928, and the art of fish farming made a steady progress, and now there's a stable supply of different kinds of fish.
What kind?
Well, we have a chart over here of the top 5 fish farmed in marine conditions. You can see the top is the Japanese amberjack, also known as the yellowtail.
Right. So Japanese amberjack and red sea breams, they're very commonly eaten in Japanese homes. Well, it's no wonder such common fish are farmed, but recently some rare fish are also being raised. Let's take a look into the fish farming industry.
We first visit Tsukuba City, Ibaraki Prefecture. This is a research facility located in an industrial park with many factories. This company makes state-of-the-art precision components, such as parts for rockets. But in this corner, there are models of fish. We also find illustrations of fish on the window of this building in the back. Inside is a huge water tank. We go down the dimly lit stairs, guided by the person in charge. There we see big fish that are more than 2 meters long.
お腹にキャビアを持つ世界三大珍味を生み出す魚です。
These eggs, commonly called caviar, are considered a luxury food. This is actually a farm that raises sturgeons for their eggs. In 1989, the company pioneered in sturgeon farming using its latest technology in water filtering and circulation systems.
こちらの魚は去年の4月にここで孵化したチョウザメです。
In 1992, the company became the first private enterprise in Japan to succeed in artificial hatching of sturgeon eggs. Currently, they raise and breed about 8,000 sturgeons. Although sturgeons look like sharks, they do not belong to the shark family. They are archaic fish that have been around for millions of years. They are as old as the coelacanths, known as a living fossil. Sturgeons have scales along their back which resemble butterflies, so in Japanese they are called butterfly shark. They are not sharks, so...
歯がないんですね。
歯がないですね。
はい。だから餌などは丸ごと飲み込む形になります。
State-of-the-art technology is used to manage the fish. Small microchips are embedded into the sturgeon's head.
で読み取りをポンと押すと番号で、これがこの魚の番号になります。
In the microchips, various data including gender and age are recorded. Female sturgeons are bred here for 7 years until they carry eggs. They are then shipped to hotels and restaurants throughout Japan for $2,000 to $3,000 per fish. We asked a caviar specialty store in Tokyo to open a sturgeon. The fish was full of eggs to be prepared as caviar.
近年非常に良くなってきているとは思いますね。味の特徴はキャビアの本来の味、フレッシュでクリーミーな味がするっていう感じですね。
Imported wild caviar costs about $300 for 10 grams, whereas cultivated caviar costs only about $50. But what about male sturgeons with no caviar?
実はチョウザメはキャビアだけじゃないんです。身もすごく美味しいんです。
A sushi restaurant in Tsukuba City buys sturgeons from the company we just visited.
油はほどほどに乗ってて、はい、あとは弾力ともにすごくいい身だと思います。はい。
It can be eaten as thinly sliced fresh sashimi, or marinated in soy sauce with yuzu citron and then baked in an oven. Or sushi lightly broiled on the surface. A total of 7 different sturgeon dishes are served at this restaurant. Currently, sturgeons are only served on special request, but they are to be served on the regular menu soon. Next, we visit Kazo City in Saitama Prefecture. In one corner of the harvested rice paddies, we found a fish pond enclosed by a net. What is raised here?
最近学校給食でも使うようになって。
This fish pond was formerly a rice paddy. You cannot see any fish under the surface of the pond. But then...
あ、取れすぎちゃった。
うわ、ちっちゃい魚がいっぱいですね。
これが一番最高の魚です。
この魚はなんていう魚なんですか？
ホンモロコです。
Willow shiners belong to the carp family. They are often served as a delicacy in the Kansai region, such as in Kyoto, in traditional Japanese cuisine. Originally, willow shiners were a specialty of Lake Biwa. However, introduced alien species such as black bass have preyed on them. Willow shiners are designated a critically endangered species by the Japanese Ministry of the Environment.
川魚では、
はい、
このホンモロコが一番高いの。愛の場合もする。
This man has been farming freshwater fish such as carp and catfish for 50 years. About 20 years ago, he was asked by Saitama's prefectural government to farm willow shiners. In fact, Saitama encourages local farmers to raise willow shiners utilizing unused rice paddies. They have given the fish a brand name and have set quality standards. Currently, Saitama is the #1 domestic producer of willow shiners, with an annual production of 23 metric tons. Willow shiners are raised in the pond for a year, then transferred into a water tank to remove mud for a week before being sold.
もう卵から取って養殖したもんだから実に可愛い。
At the store next door, willow shiners are cooked in soy sauce.
1日で売れるときはもう1000パックとか売れるときはあるんで。
Many customers came to buy willow shiner on this day too.
美味しいよ。こんな最高だよ。
Willow shiners are also served at a local restaurant. Cooked willow shiners are cut into pieces and mixed with potatoes and locally grown rice. They are served as rice croquettes and are named moroquettes, a play on the Japanese name for willow shiners.
はい。おいしいな。おいしい。
Our last stop is Omaezaki City in Shizuoka Prefecture. The Hamaoka nuclear power station faces the sea. Beyond the hills close by is a prefectural research center. We take a look inside. It looks like a farm for raising shellfish.
これ何ですか？アワビの赤ちゃんです。あ、これアワビの赤ちゃんですか？そうです。
Small 1-year-old abalones the size of a fingertip. Flatfish and kuruma prawns are also raised here until they become fry and then released into the sea. Among other things, a rare variety of fish is raised here. A camera is placed underwater, and we see a group of black fish swimming.
ここがですね、クエの養殖の池なんですね。この池一水槽で、約800匹のクエの養殖魚が入っています。
The catch out at sea for long-toothed groupers has been very scarce. They have been called a phantom fish. Wild long-toothed groupers are traded at very high prices on the market because of their rarity.
幻になった魚を復活させましょうという形でこの養殖事業がスタートしたわけなんですね。
After about 10 years of research, in 2005 they succeeded in the complete cycle of farming long-toothed groupers for the first time in Japan.
非常にデリケートな魚で、まず水温が20度以下になってしまうと成長がとどまってしまう。
They say these farmed groupers can grow 2 times faster than wild groupers by using warm water over 20 degrees. They ship around 800 groupers as Omiyazaki long-toothed groupers to local restaurants and hotels from November through March every year. Omiyazaki City is promoting farmed groupers as a local specialty. A poster saying "I'm not a phantom anymore" is put up in a local sushi restaurant.
天然はね、キロ8000円ぐらいはしますね。養殖は3000円前後ね。捨てるとこがないっていうくらいね。揚げてもね、生でも焼いても何にでも使えますからね。
When prepared raw as sashimi, the long-toothed grouper has a chewy texture. Some people say they are even tastier than puffers. Here, the grouper is cooked in a broth with vegetables. Even though the grouper is fatty, its simple taste makes it an ideal ingredient for a variety of dishes. However, the long-toothed grouper farm in Omiyazaki is facing difficulties. The reason? Warm water.
今現在では発電所が止まっているということで、こういうような冷たい水しか確保できない。
The Hamaoka nuclear power plant is very close to the research center. At the plant, seawater is used as cooling water. During this process, seawater gets heated and the warm water is used for farming long-toothed groupers. Warm water from the nuclear power plant is said to be uncontaminated by radioactivity, but products are inspected for radioactive substances before being shipped. However,
浜岡原子力発電所のすべての原子炉の運転停止を中部電力に対して要請をいたしました。
Operations were suspended at Hamaoka after the accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. Warm water provision to the fish farm stopped.
発電所の稼働とともにですね、この温排水を有効利用しましょうということでやったわけですね。私どものこの施設ではもう発電所の温排水がないとこういう魚介類の赤ちゃんを生産することができない。
The research center has brought in high-power boilers to heat seawater in order to continue farming.
クエを食べに来てくれるお客さんですね、その人たちもリピーターがまたできてきたという話を聞いてますのでね、これからその火を消さないような形で私たちも努力をしていかなければいけないと。
Well, Tsuda-san, I didn't know that sturgeons were farmed.
I know, it's pretty surprising, isn't it? But raising sturgeon for caviar is like killing two birds with one stone because it stabilizes the supply and also brings down the price of caviar.
I see. Well, in the cases showing in the video, wild fish were replaced by the same fish, but some farmed ones. And there are also some fish that are sold as substitute for different fish because they look and taste similar, right?
You're right, yes. For example, shishamo, which is a type of Japanese smelt. It's grilled shishamo is a very popular dish in Japanese pub-style restaurants called izakayas.
Right.
But often a different fish is used instead of shishamo.
Why not just serve shishamo?
Well, shishamo can only be harvested in southern Hokkaido in a certain area on the coast of the Pacific Ocean, and you can't harvest them anywhere else, so they're very expensive. And to bring this really popular dish at a more reasonable price, caplin, which is a different kind of smelt, is imported from countries such as Norway and served as a replacement.
So you mean that when we think we're eating shishamo, we're actually eating different fish?
Yes, I'm afraid that's the case.
Wow.
But when compared, we have pictures over here, side to side, you can see the difference.
Yeah, actually,
But
well, a bit similar. But I think caplin is more familiar to Japanese.
I think so too. I think I see this one a lot more often. And actually, since 1970, here in Japan, caplin has been distributed under the name shishamo. So it's no wonder people have been confusing the two. But since 2003, when sold in stores such as supermarkets, the label must distinguish between the two. So shishamo harvested in Hokkaido can be sold as shishamo, while caplin must be sold as caplin.
I see. Speaking of using different fish, Japanese often eat eel kabayaki, which is grilled eel with sweetened soy sauce to beat the summer heat. But last year there was a steep rise of eel prices, and I remember a different kind of fish became very popular.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Supermarkets sold kabayaki-style Pacific sorry, also known as mackerel pike, and they seem they're pretty popular.
I see.
And unfortunately, in the spring this year, there was a media coverage that yet again there's a steep rise in eel prices due to poor catch of young eel.
Well, if this high prices of eel continues, we might be seeing some other fish served in kabayaki style. Well, that's it for Channel Japan Ranking. After the break, we'll be showing you a popular documentary program. Don't go away.
Welcome to Tokyo Skytree. This is the grand panoramic view from 450 meters. Here you'll experience the unforgettable. Look, enjoy, be amazed, and be awestruck. That's what Tokyo Skytree is all about. Japan's latest landmark, Tokyo Skytree.
Hey, look at this. They're building a huge steel plant with Kobelco technology.
Kobelco? Never heard of it.
It's Japanese. They can make iron with incredible speed. What once took 8 hours can be done in just 10 minutes.
Wow, the Japanese are incredible. The country of karate.
Ha! 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 Karate has nothing to do with it.
True.
The talk of the world. Kobelco.
Mitsubishi Electric is helping to change the environment for the better around the world.
Green subway systems in India.
Green air conditioning systems in Singapore.
Echo changes for a greener tomorrow. Mitsubishi Electric.
Changing emissions from copper refineries into fertilizer. That is where Sumitomo Chemical got its start. For 100 years, we've been delivering the power of chemistry around the world. And we will continue to help make the world a better place for the next 100 years and more.
Asia, the engine of the global economy. Japan, a regional powerhouse. And now, direct from Japan, economic news with a global impact in Chinese and English, delivered by Nikkei. Read the future, lead the economy. Nikkei, Japan's leading media for business.
You're watching Channel Japan. In our next segment, we will introduce to some of our popular documentary program. Today, it's from Japanese Dream by TBS. In this episode, we focus on a professor and the test he developed.
The test he developed is called the QU test, and QU stands for Questionnaire Utilities. The QU test is a simple test for children that brings to light the possibilities of serious social problems within the school environment.
There are many schools in Japan with problems such as bullying, students refusing to attend school, and disruptions in the classroom.
Yes, sadly, that's true, and the government is investigating what is actually going on inside the schools, but bullying is very insidious and rarely comes to light, and sometimes, in the most unfortunate cases, the bullying doesn't come widely known until the victim attempts or even commits suicide. So schools are facing extremely difficult situations with such grave issues.
Yes, the developer of this QU test takes a close look into the student, hoping that children with difficulty in studying and making friends can enjoy going to school every day. Take a look.
The man riding this Harley is one of the individuals most sought after by school faculty all over Japan. Teachers are eagerly waiting to meet him.
ここで良しとするのか、この上を目指していくのか。
His dream is to help students in schools across Japan. Schools today face various problems, including classroom collapse, bullying, and truancy. A simple test consisting of several dozen questions is capable of nipping these problems in the bud. Shigeo Kawamura, a specialist in school problems, developed this test.
子供が辛いって言ってこなかったから問題がないだで終わっちゃうじゃないですか。だからそれは問題がないんじゃなくて、問題が見えてないだけなんですよ。聞く耳を持たせる。
Schools and teachers began to change for the better after implementing the test. His one and only dream is the happiness of the children in the classroom. Kawamura travels across the country trying to save disintegrating schools.
I have a dream.
Yamanashi Prefecture. There was a positive change in a 5th grade class at this elementary school after receiving guidance from Kawamura. This class was falling apart last year.
口を聞かない、遊ばない、一緒に関わらないっていう感じ。
What helped the teacher during this difficult period was the QU test. Many schools now use this test as a means to address current problems. The test only takes 15 minutes and includes several dozen questions about school life, such as, do you have a friend you can talk to at school? The students' results are represented by dots on a graph. These dots indicate their level of classroom satisfaction. Those who are satisfied appear on the top right. Those who aren't appear on the bottom left. Those in the need for support group may be victims of bullying. 38% of students in this teacher's class were dissatisfied last year. She was shocked. She then thought of ways to improve class dynamics. She taught them the importance of complementing their peers, of not undermining others' views, and developed relationships of mutual respect between students. 5 months later, the percentage of dissatisfied students decreased to 5%.
4つのパターンに分かれてくることでなるほどなって思うこともありますし、自分の声かけのかけ方がやっぱり違ってきます。友達がやっぱり頑張っていることを認められない子はこういう声かけとか、自分の頑張りを認められない子にはこういう声かけとか、こう探らなくてもピンポイントでそこに行けるっていうのが一番大きいかと思います。
We asked Kawamura, who created this test, what do you think school means to students?
日本はほら学級集団を単位に授業とか活動を展開していきますよね。ほとんど同じメンバーでいるわけですから、ここの関係性がいい悪いはものすごい影響大きいと思いますね。
The QU test results indicate the category in which the classroom falls. Classes that fall in the satisfied category are friendly, active and happy. Students get along and excel academically. Classes that fall in the collapsing category are anxious and dissatisfied. This ultimately leads to classroom collapse. In the potential to collapse category, there are 2 subcategories.
多分ね、先生方の学級経営がみんな似てるんですよね。
Take a look at this example. The classroom is quiet. Students are intimidated by the teacher. They all start writing simultaneously, following the teacher's lead. The ones who do well receive all the attention. This is the controlling type subcategory. How does this lead to collapse? The ones who don't do so well will be dissatisfied by the lack of attention they receive. At first glance, classes that fall under the second potential to collapse subcategory will seem lively. However, students are chatting and walking around. Teachers focus on the students who need extra help. And they tend to act like a friend. This is the cozy type subcategory. How does this lead to collapse? Some students may feel that the teacher is favoring certain students over them. Children spend 1/3 of their day at school. Kawamura explains this is why the level of classroom satisfaction is so important.
運でいいのかって僕は言いたいんですよ。それっておかしいだろうと。たまたま兄貴の行ったクラスはいいクラスだったけど、弟さんのクラスは悲しかったねって。でもそれってそのままずっと影響を受けちゃいますよね。いや、そこで不適合になっちゃったら、そのまま学校社会からドロップアウトしちゃいますよね。ことは大事だってみんな分かってるけど。
Why did Kawamura develop this psychology test? After teaching at an elementary school, he was asked to train new teachers. One day, he noticed that things had changed.
自分よりも10下の若い先生たちにアドバイスしていて、やっぱ最初に壁にぶつかったんですよ。 お前なんとなく雰囲気悪いの分からないとかって言い方をしてたんですね。でもその子は分からないんですよ。それを的確に伝えるためにはどうすればいいんだろうってやっぱ思ったんですね。
As values became more diverse, the teachers were finding it increasingly difficult to meet each student's individual needs.
子供が辛いって言ってこなかったから問題がないんだで終わっちゃうじゃないですか。だからそれは問題がないんじゃなくて問題が見えてないだけなんですよ。
Kawamura created this test as a means to look into students' minds. He came up with about 300 questions, and he collected and analyzed data from 8,000 students. There was a definite difference in the data between classes that had problems and those that didn't.
なんであの先生のクラスはいいんだろうってやっぱ思ってたわけですよ。そういうことなのかっていうのが分かったんですよ。つまり整理できたってことは逆に対応方法がここから考えられますよね。
This is how the barometer for classroom satisfaction was created. On this day, Kawamura was at a middle school in Iwate Prefecture. The level of satisfaction of some students had declined since last year. Kawamura examined the data. He then compared these students' behavior in the classroom to when they're playing sports. He noticed a difference right away.
他の子と比べるとノートの書いてる量が数段少ないですね。だけど運動の時には元気でしたね。だからあれ同じ子なのかと思って、中学生の学校適応の大きなファクターとしてやっぱ学力の問題ありますからね。その落ちてる部分をどう埋めていいかもわからないので、だからそのやり方をちょっとやっぱ教えてあげる必要が当然ありますね。
The QU test results show that the class is satisfied overall. However, there is still room for improvement.
満足型学級のここまで来たんだったら、多分今度ですね、先生方リーダーシップを微修正しなきゃダメだと思うんですよ。先生とかリーダーの子が言うと、
Kawamura started by proposing a change in the lesson itself.
ヒエラルキーが決まってます。もう一歩先生が引いてもいいかもしれません。つまり例えばちょっと僕気になったのは、先生がビデオを撮ると分かると思います。先生の言葉が途切れてないんですよ。全部先生の言葉がずっと入ってるんです。だから子どもたちだけのディスカッションがないんです。それを遅らせて冬に。
We take a look at the teacher's class.
九州地方、九州のどこ？なんていう野菜？何部屋？何作ったの？キュウリ？あとは？ピーマン？
The teacher is indeed dominating the class.
でディスカッションさせて、そして普段発言しない子にそのグループで出た意見を言わせるとかってなると、普段喋らない子も喋りますよね。だからそういう場面設定を意図的に持ち込んでいくみたいな。
2 weeks later, there was a marked change in the class.
はい、じゃあ関東では何が栽培されていると思いますか？班の中で話し合っていいよ。
いや、でもなんかイチゴとかそうだよね。栃木。
All students can now contribute actively during the lesson. Again, Kawamura's suggestion brought about a positive change.
川村先生、先日は、ありがとうございます。
川村先生との出会いは、自分の教育に対する考え方を、変える一つのそのきっかけとなりました。本校でも、QU は引き続き行い、その続けることが必ず生徒のためになると信じて、これからも頑張っていきたいと思います。思いやりのある、心の大きい生徒を育てていきたいなと感じています。で、将来はその子たちが社会に羽ばたいて、日本がみんなのことを考えれる、そういうあったかい世の中を目指してこれからも頑張っていきたいと思います。ありがとうございました。
いや、嬉しいですね。はい。先生方がやっぱ元気じゃなかったら、それを見てる子どもたちはやっぱし、ね、意欲なんか湧いてきませんよ。だから僕は一番思うのは、例えば学校心の教育とかしますよね。でも一番大きな心の教育っていうのは、先生方がこう活気づいて、もう教育実践に向かっていく、子どもたちと関わっているっていう、そういう後ろ姿を見せていくこと、これが一番大きな心の教育だと僕は思ってますね。
Well, 3.4 million copies of Professor Kawamura's QU tests are printed per year, and they're applied in school all over Japan in hopes to create a healthy environment for students.
That's right. Now, besides implementing the QU test, schools and teachers are making efforts to create a better, healthier environment for the students. Now, in Japanese schools, there's usually a room where all the teachers have desks. But at this elementary school, where we have some pictures, in Saitama Prefecture, the teacher's office has no walls.
I see. Well, it looks like some information desk.
Doesn't it? I agree. But generally speaking, students need a lot of courage to actually enter the teacher's office. What was your image of the teacher's office when you were small?
Well, I rarely went into the teacher's office, so I really don't remember.
It wasn't a place where you really wanted to go to, was it?
No, I don't think I felt welcomed.
That's true, I agree. But here, the walls of the room have been removed and the teachers' desks were placed in an open area. So this way the students can feel closer to the teacher while the teacher can interact more with the students.
Well, it's very important to have an environment where it's very easy to talk to adults or teachers.
I can't agree more. I think the teachers need to really notice problems as quickly as possible in order to deal with them properly.
After the break, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular economics program, Gachirin Monday. Don't go away.
Mitsui & Company. As the future evolves, Toyota is envisioning a more interconnected life where information and energy flow seamlessly throughout the globe. The road ahead will require diverse and eco-friendly mobility solutions. It is on this path that our small choices lead to big changes. Life. Connected. Toyota.
My parents work at a really great company, which makes cool computers and LCD TVs. Not only that, they build elevators for skyscrapers and zooming fast bullet trains. My mom designs the company's CT scan systems, which spot diseases. My dad develops power generation systems so people will have plenty of electricity. The company where my parents work is Toshiba.
Has anybody finished doing their pictures? I have.
All around the world, Toshiba technology is hard at work, bringing smarter, faster, more sustainable development to life.
When I grow up, I want to work for people.
For a growing future, Toshiba.
Sasuke, a new type of sports entertainment program conquering the world.
It's about human achievement and people's passions, and I think that relates to almost everybody.
From Japan to the world, Ninja Warrior, Tokyo Broadcasting System.
You're watching Channel Japan. Next, we'll be showing you an episode from a popular economics program. Today, it's from Gachiri Monday by TBS. Today's topic is Kumamon, a very popular local character in Japan. Well, Utsuda-san, we have shown Kumamon several times in our show. He's still very popular.
He certainly is. His popularity hasn't faded at all. And there are many companies requesting to use Kumamon in hopes to benefit from his popularity. And I understand he now travels all around Japan to make appearances, so he's one busy bear. But he's attending different kinds of events promoting his hometown of Kumamoto.
Well, today we follow Kumamon and his very busy day. Why do so many companies want to develop products using this local mascot? We found out the reason behind his popularity. Have a look.
Today, we are in Kumamoto Prefecture to learn why its local mascot, Kumamon, is more popular than ever. Kumamon is on bookstore signs, vending machines, the sides of taxis, and even construction signs. He's everywhere. But why is he so popular? We have come to the Kumamoto Brand Promotion Division in the Prefectural Government Office. This department handles applications from all over Japan for products using Kumamon, and also plans events for the mascot. In other words, this is the business headquarters for Kumamon. Kumamon was born in 2011 when the Kyushu Shinkansen opened. Since the bullet train would travel through Kumamoto, the prefectural government decided they needed a mascot to promote the prefecture. But who actually created Kumamon?
水野学さんという有名なデザイナーの方がデザインしてるんですよ。で、やっぱり素晴らしいデザインなんですよね。
This is Mizuno, the creator of Kumamon. He says that he was only half serious when he came up with the idea for the character.
九州の新幹線開通、その時にロゴマークを作ってくれと。で、それを作り終えたんですけど、なんかどうもロゴだけで本当に伝わるかなっていうふうにこう考え出しちゃって遊び半分で、熊本キャラクターなんかいいのいないかなと思って。
Although Mizuno had only been asked to work on a logo to promote Kumamoto Prefecture, he created the mascot as well. But when he showed the mascot at the logo presentation, the prefectural government staff loved it. That's how Kumamon was born.
ほっぺたが赤いっていうのが実は特徴で、
ほっぺた赤いですね。
で割と日本で人気が出るキャラクターって顔に赤い丸がついてるっていうのが、それでこう売れるキャラクターは顔に赤い丸があると。
The red cheeks do seem to make a big difference. This mascot has been used with a wide variety of products. Underpinning his success is an innovative business strategy.
商標権の使用料をタダにしたことだと思いますね。
Usually, when a trademark is used, a fee must be paid to the rights owner. But with Kumamon, there is no fee. That may be the main reason behind his success. But there are some strict ground rules. His facial expression and the way he poses are fixed. And when Kumamon is used for a product outside the prefecture, there must also be some text or illustration promoting Kumamoto. Special requests may be made when working with major companies that do business nationwide. Here's an example.
これカゴメのデコポンジュースなんですけど、これにくまモンが入ってるんですよ。この熊本のデコポンっていうこれは熊本産のデコポンを使ってるんですよ。なるほどね。カゴメさんはいろんなところの PR とかなんとかで熊本のデコポンさんですよって必ずやってくれますよね。
The prefectural government actively promotes Kumamon to large food and beverage companies. In exchange for permission to use the mascot, the prefecture requests that ingredients from Kumamoto are used. For example, a major sweets and snacks company came up with a milk cocoa flavored biscuit sticks with Kumamon on the package. The product uses Kumamoto milk from Jersey cows, so the company was allowed to use the mascot free of charge. This way, the company can use Kumamon to sell their products, while Kumamoto Prefecture can promote its Jersey cow milk and increase their sales. This carefully thought out strategy is what has made the mascot popular across Japan. A special event is being held in Kumamoto to celebrate Kumamon's birthday. An hour before the doors open, a long line has formed. Of course, there is no admission fee. Inside, people can watch Kumamon on stage. There is also an area nearby to shop for Kumamon goods.
今日はどちらから？千葉から来ました。千葉県から来ました。グッズを2万円弱買いました。
130 stores and companies sold Kumamon-related products at this event. 45,000 people visited over 2 days. We had a chance to follow Kumamon for a day and see how he does his job. We meet him, where else but in Kumamoto, at 8 in the morning. First, we exchanged business cards.
これくまモンの名刺ですか？熊本県の営業部長。
Kumamon is the sales manager for Kumamoto Prefecture. He has even autographed his card.
失礼いたします。おはようございます。よろしくお願いします。くまモン隊の伊藤と申します。
くまモン隊。
はい、くまモン隊です。くまモンのサポートしております。はい。
The Kumamon team is a group of helpers who travel with Kumamon.
結構毎日くまモンは忙しいんですか？大変じゃないですか？全然
大変じゃないね。はい。みんなと一緒にね、体操したり遊んだりするのが楽しいからね、全然大変だとは思わないですね。
Let's follow Kumamon on his busy schedule.
すいません、ちょっとお手伝いしますね。はい。
The workday begins. It's 9 a.m. when we arrive at a baseball stadium in Kumamoto City. Kumamon is here to film a TV commercial for a professional baseball game that will take place in Kumamoto. One of the competing teams asked Kumamon to appear in the commercial to attract more fans to the game.
お願いいたします。
The filming starts with Kumamon on the pitcher's mound.
じゃあボールを離さずにちょっと一回投げる真似をしてください。お願いします。よーい。はい、どうぞ。いいですね。
ここまで行ったがいいですか？今ここで止まってましたけど。
ですね、多分秒数的にはもうこの辺に振り返り始めてからになると思うんですよ。投げた。
The filming continues in the batter's box.
はい、OK です。
OK ってくまモン。
The shoot went smoothly and was done before noon. everyone checks the video footage together, and then filming is finished for the day.
ありがとうございました。
But the busy mascot's work isn't over yet. After the filming, Kumamon is now at a place where lots of children are waiting. They are having a farewell party for some of the children, and the adults have invited Kumamon along as a surprise guest. Since it's a surprise, he enters quietly from the back so the children won't notice. Then he waits patiently for the children to call out his name. The children are delighted to see him, and he dances the Kumamon dance with them. The dance is extremely popular in Kumamoto Prefecture and is practiced at kindergartens and elementary schools. Even some adults can't resist dancing along. At the end of their hour-long party, the children take pictures with their guest. Now it's time for the mascot to travel to his next job. But how much did it cost to invite Kumamon? We asked one of the adults who invited him.
くまモンが来てくれるじゃないですか。
はい。
それってお金とかってどうなってるんですか？
無料です。
無料なんですか？
はい。
Kumamon appears at events free of charge. No wonder he is such a busy mascot. Let's take a look at his schedule. He's in Kumamoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, and Yamagata prefectures, all on the same day. How can that be possible?
マモはワープをするんです。
え？ですか？
うん、クマモンワープできる。
くまモンはワープできる。
はい。クマモンしかワープできないんですよ。
そうなんですか？
僕らはできないです。
お父さんはされないですか？
できないから東京に行ったら、
はい、
東京のお兄さんとかお姉さんが、はい、クマモンを相手してくれる。
He's a very talented mascot, as well as a hard-working one. On the day of his birthday party, he does a last-minute check of his moves. Onto the stage. Then he returns and disappears for a quick meeting. And then he goes right back on stage. He does that all day from 10 in the morning to 5 in the evening. Just another day in the life of a busy Kumamoto bear. One of Japan's superstar mascots, Kumamon, has lots more work to do.
Well, once again, Kumamon is a local mascot for Kumamoto Prefecture, which is located in Kyushu region of Japan. It's part of Kumamoto Prefecture's promotion strategy, right?
Exactly, yes. So instead of charging companies a fee for using Kumamon, the prefectural government was clever. They require companies based outside of Kumamoto but operate nationwide to use a product from Kumamoto Prefecture as an ingredient. So if the product sells well, then whatever ingredient was used in the product sells well too, and that means the industry making that ingredient will pay more taxes.
Well, that's very understandable. Well, with this promotion strategy, the Kumamon will continue to be popular in the future.
I believe so.
Well, that's it for this edition of the Channel Japan. We have much more in store for you, so make sure to tune in next week.
How do we build sustainability into our relationship with Mother Earth? That's Kaiteki, Mitsubishi Chemical Holdings.
Traditional.
Consistent.
Precise.
Speedy.
Professional. Innovative.
Polite. Quality from Japan. The best of business in Asia. SMBC, Sumitomo Mitsui Banking Corporation.
Where we see nothing, there could be anything. Panasonic is putting the endless energy of the sun to work. Generating, storing, and managing energy efficiently. Helping power our daily lives.
A better life, a better world. Panasonic.
Channel Japan. Your source for the voices and views of people and businesses across Japan. The latest reports on Japanese companies, culture, and technology. Find out what's happening on the ground. Every week, direct from Tokyo, Channel Japan.